everybody back. Do you look at this as a two-horse race, or do you think anybody can win this thing?
I think anybody can win this thing. I mean, I think we're the two most experienced teams, mainly because, we bring back our quarterback and they bring back their whole defense at Newbern. But, I mean, you look at Will Taylor, who led Rose to a state championship appearance. You've got just tons of talent, D.H. Conley as well. And then Jacksonville, Coach Williams lost his quarterback, but they'll have one of the better running back rooms in the eastern part of the state, maybe the whole state. So, I mean, it's just going to be good quality football. You're going to get what you pay for every Friday night in this conference.
It's got to be rewarding for you to have a quarterback back that you've had for so long. I mean, that's got to let you sleep easy at night, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just the fact, I mean, this is his third offensive coordinator in his 4 years, so he has had to deal with a little bit of growth there. But as far as the intricacies of the position, recognizing one high safety, two high safety, understanding where your pressures are coming from if we're playing a zone pressure team, even though the schemes changed, the mental breakdowns have been the same as far as where the holes are in the coverages and where the holes are in the run game as far as where we want to attack the bubbles. And so it's like having another coach on the field. And Coach King's done a great job with him the last, 4 or 5 months, just getting him comfortable with the offense. And I've told people all along, if he keeps on with the same pace in his first 3 years, he's going to finish second in his career all time for touchdown passes in the state of North Carolina football history, right behind Chris Leak, which that's a big accomplishment for our program.
It really is. How's it like to have Caleb back with you? Caleb King, the former Havelock coach, but he's done a great job everywhere he's been. I know he was with Rose last year, but everywhere he goes, it seems that they have success.
Yeah, I mean, as head coaches, everybody will tell you, you're only good. 5 years ago, his first interview when he was the head coach at Havelock, he talked about how he had the best assistant coaches in the state, and I included my brother, and I added a few guys along the way, including him back. Reiterate that sentiment, we have such quality assistant coaches at Havelock that your job is essentially really as far as game planning and things like that. I mean, everybody does their role. Everybody knows their role, and it's just been a really exciting time for Havelock football.
Alan Wooten, head coach at Havelock, joining us. I think we're in a bad cell section, so we're kind of getting you in and out. But we'll wrap it up with you, Coach, and just what are your expectations early on in the regular season? How important is it? We talked to Will Bland last year. They get off to an 0-3 start and still go to the state finals. But how important is it to get off to a good start?
When you're a senior-laden team, it's not extremely important because, like Coach Blaine and Rose did last year, they rebounded and really turned that thing around. I think the thing is to avoid injuries, to be consistent every day, and I think the wins will come with that. We have such a tough non-conference schedule with Southern Durham and then West Craven, really quality teams. West Carteret lost to Scotland County in the third round or second round last year, so they have a quality team. We're just going to do what we can. We do the best we can. We're scheduling as hard as we can. It's kind of been different, though. In the old conference, we scheduled extremely tough non-conference because the conference wasn't as tough. And in this conference, you got to kind of balance it out. You're already playing so many great teams in your league. You can't play 10 juggernauts. You'll just get beat up. So the balance of the schedule is going to be really good for us. And we're excited, man. Every week we're excited to play these guys. And it's not hard. You don't have to motivate your kids to get up for it. I mean, they're so excited to play every team in this conference.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be the big deal. And when this conference was first announced, it was just with Havelock together with Jacksonville and New Bern, and then the Rose and South Centrals and Conleys of the world right in there with the mix. And it's just really it gives you guys from the South get to come up here and play, and the guys here go down south play you guys. But every week it's really fun just to keep up with the scores, keep up with the standings, and see who the last man standing is. But it's going to be a fun ride. Alan Wooten, head coach the Havelock Rams, joining us. Coach, good luck in your scrimmages. Stay healthy in those scrimmages, and best of luck as you start the season.
Thanks a lot, Brian. You have a great day.
I appreciate it. Alan Wooten, head coach at Havelock. We'll take a commercial break and continue on here on Pirate Radio. This is a Tuesday edition of the Brian Bailey Show. We're back with more after this.
This pepperoni was carefully placed by hand by a pizza maker at Papa John's. Just like this one, and that one over there. Ooh, and even these in the crust. Get yourself the new epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, only at Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Make a splash with Bassett Triple Summer Savings from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Hot looks, cool styles. Kick back, relax, and upgrade your seats and save. Buy any regular price Bassett recliner, sofa, or sectional and get $50 to $150 off every additional seat with free local delivery plus 12 months special financing. Shop our wide selection on in-stock bedrooms, dining rooms, and other living rooms. And save the sales tax and get free local delivery now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
This is Dr. Josiah Duke from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for the athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's that time for a joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services as well as walk-in urgent care on weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
The Angus Grill is your premier spot for the best burgers, cheesesteaks, and brisket sandwiches around. Join us for our unmatched variety of burger combinations, from the mushroom bacon Swiss burger to the jalapeno popper burger to the original Angus classic. Pair that burger with our amazing onion rings, tots, fries, or sweet potato fries. Angus Grill, with 4 amazing locations in Eastern North Carolina, including Winterville near Pitt Community College, on Jarvis Street in Uptown Greenville, and on Statensburg Road near the hospital. It's the best burger around, guaranteed. The Wood Ducks are hosting the 3rd annual Kingston Cornhole Classic on Saturday, September 17th, sponsored by Brooks Pool Realty. Gates open at 10 a.m. and the tournament starts at 11. There will be 3 brackets with cash prizes for the top 3 teams from each bracket. The cost is $80 per team, and to register, please contact Maddie Meehan at MMEEHAN@woodducksbaseball.com or call 252-686-5165. We will see you at the 3rd annual Cornhole Classic on September 17th at Granger Stadium.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Pirate Radio.
It's important to me that we're able to connect the past, the tradition of East Carolina football, our current roster, and the future of what this program is going to be.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities. Community-owned utilities mean local control, low rates, and high reliability. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Tuesday edition of The Brian Bailey Show. Next week, we'll be back on our regular time, Monday at noon. Mike Oresco, the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference, joins us, and Skip Holtz, former East Carolina football coach who won the USFL championship with the Birmingham Stallions. He'll join us as well. So a big Monday coming up on the Brian Bailey Show. We continue on this Tuesday talking a little high school football. The new head football coach at North Pitt High School is our good buddy C.J. Wilson, the former Pirate star. We're going to chat with him a little bit. C.J., welcome to the show. How has practice been so far?
First, I'd like to thank you guys for inviting me on the show. Practice has been great. You know, we week 1 out of the books, and we are headed to week 2. It's been interesting, put it like that.
It's been interesting. That doesn't sound too promising. What have you got for scrimmages coming up?
We have the thing interesting because we have a lot more guys, I would say, that's showing up on a daily basis that's coming out to play, and the word is getting out that we're doing new things at East, like you said about North Pitt. So, I'm excited to see the new guys coming out every day.
Good.
Tomorrow we have West. We going to Havelock. We got Havelock, and we have West Carteret, and Havelock, West Carteret, North Lenore, and East Carteret. I think they're going to be there too.
That'll be good. That'll be a good test for you guys, won't it?
Yes, sir. It'll be a great test for us to see where we, because Havelock and those schools there, they have a already established program. They had a great season last year, and so it's going to be a way to see where we measure up and set the bar. We're trying to see where we measure up right now.
North Pitt was one of the surprises last year under Greg Watford, 7-4, 4-2 in conference, and really, North Pitt trying to turn things around and getting more kids out. As you said, you're getting more kids out. It's really a positive right now in Bethel at North Pitt, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Like you said, they went through a phase of some losing years, and Coach Watford did a great job his 4 years there. And this last year, he took them to the East, one of the playoffs, the first round playoffs, and they unfortunately lost. But we are looking to. I'm hoping to build off of what he's left here at North Pitt and to take the program back to the glory days when about 90. I'm guessing about 96, they was winning every year, just about. So I'm hoping that we can, get back to the winning ways there at North Pitt.
Man, when I think of C.J. Wilson, a couple of things come right to mind, and we've talked about this a couple of times when you've been on with me, but obviously the Super Bowl championship comes to mind. I go way back to when you played at Northside High School as a running back, and you were so good and so talented, and you came to East Carolina as a linebacker, and then they decided to put you on the defensive line. But the greatest play, one of the greatest plays in Pirate football history that nobody knows about or nobody remembers hardly, but you made it. Talk about one of the greatest plays ever that really it gets overshadowed somehow. I'm one of the only old dogs that remembers how big a play it was, but it was against Southern Miss that year.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think about it all the time. That was my senior year. If we lost that game, we wouldn't have had a chance to play in for the conference title that year. And we was winning, but they had scored, and they was only down by, I think, about 5 or something. They was coming back, and we couldn't get nothing on offense at that time. Was able to stop them on defense, and it was a field goal. They had scored, and so they were going for the field goal, and I stepped in and blocked the field goal. Fans all the way back, and got the 2 points. I remember that like yesterday.
It was 23. They had cut it to 23-20. They were going to cut it to 23-21 when they went for the extra point. And you not only you blocked the extra point, then you scooped it up, and you ran just like you were playing for Northside High School all the way to the end zone. So it turned into a 2-point play for the Pirates, and that was the final, 25-20. One of the greatest plays in East Carolina Pirate history that nobody really talks about, but they should.
Oh, man, I remember like yesterday. It did feel like I was running back, hold the ball and running out the sideline fast as I can go, hoping nobody could catch me.
Yeah, I remember looking, I was like, uh-oh, he's got that ball like he knows what he's doing. That's scary right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But that was a lot of fun, and that was a key play on that season, and the Pirates were able to go back-to-back with Conference USA championships. And I guess it's one of those things. I tell Cliff Godwin in baseball this all the time. We as fans and as media people, we don't mean to take things for granted at all, because we really don't. But whenever you win 2 straight conference championships in football like you guys did, and whenever you're Cliff Godwin and you're winning, every year you're winning an American championship, you're going to a regional, you're going to a super regional. I mean, it's just one of those things that you don't mean to take them for granted, but it's just so nice, and it's so much fun to cover. It's so much fun to talk about, and really, the Pirates haven't won a championship since then. They're in a better position now than they've been since that last Conference USA championship under Mike Houston.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Sometimes we do take it for granted when in the winning ways and whatnot. But I do believe that Coach Houston is turning the program around, and they are in a better chance this year. And I think that they will make a lot of noise. And I think they honestly got a chance to maybe go and win it this year. So I'm hoping that they can.
I think so. I think it's going to be a great league, and we'll talk with Mike Oresco, the commissioner of the American, coming up next week on the Brian Bailey Show when we return to our traditional slot on Monday at noon. Talking with the head coach at North Pitt, C.J. Wilson. C.J., talk about how you got the job. I know you were an assistant last year. Was it something that you had your sights set on? Is being a head football coach somewhere in Eastern North Carolina?
You know what? Be totally honest with you, I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to help kids. I knew I wanted to give back to the youth. And I talked to my brother. He said, "Why don't you be a coach?" And I said, I had wanted to be a coach when I was in high school, because I'm like, what better way to help kids than to be a coach? And so I met up with a good friend of mine that is actually just got a principal at another school, Mr. Joyner. And I talked to him and asked him, how can I become a coach? And he told me what to do and everything. And just so happened that Coach Wofford was retiring. They called me. Mr. Harris, I thank him every day for allowing me. They called me and said, we want you to come and be the next head football coach. And so that's what I did. And I even got 3 nephews on the team this year. 3 of my nephews, I'm able to coach them this year. And so I'm excited for the future and help these young men to not only about football, but Christ, and also about their grade. Education is first, and they should be first in their life. That's what. So I'm happy for the challenge for the next few years, and however long I do it.
That's got to be a family affair. 3 nephews for C.J. Wilson on his football team at North Pitt. You're not that old. How different is it as a youngster, because you remember playing at Northside and some of the things you guys did, but how different is it for the youth of today? Because, with social media and with cell phones and everything like that, how different is it?
It's so different. Like you said, you brought out the main point. Social media changed a lot because the technology before, when you didn't have nothing to keep entertain you, so you had to entertain your teammates and talk to each other, get to know each other. And so that's been a challenge. Any coach can tell you that's a hard challenge right there to, how can you get the guys to love each other? How can you get the guys to spend time with each other and actually, besides social media? And that's one of the things, one of the rules we implemented this year, that we don't want no cell phones once you come in the building. Leave them in your locker, and we want to, create that atmosphere where they are actually talking to each other, and that builds bonds. A strong bond is hard to beat. And so it's different. The school, the day time, the kids are different. How they approach the game every day. So it's all about how can we use technology to our advantage to help the kids to learn the plays and to be at their best, so we can be at our best when we play.
Yeah, I just can't imagine it, because and it's easier said than done. I mean, obviously you can try to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on as far as social media goes and that kind of thing. But and the days of the transfer portal, not on high school ranks, but in the college ranks. I mean, if you have a bad practice, you can just go and I'm in the transfer portal. I'm not putting up with that anymore. And next thing you know, you're gone. And it's just it's really something. CJ, what's the key for your ball club this year?
The key to the ball club this year is to establish a foundation. This is year 1 for us, my coaching staff and the players. We're just trying to establish a foundation of football. And it starts with your attitude. We're trying to let the guys know that, how you act on the football field is the same way you should act in the classroom. Respect one another. Work hard in your class, work hard in your grades, even at home. Everything you do is all about your work ethic. You can control that. That's your own, you and you. And so it's building a foundation to win. It's like you said, and transfer. But we don't have that luxury to have guys transfer in, but we have the luxury to build a foundation that way we can have a winning culture here at North Pitt for years to come. And because that's what it's all about. Building a winner. When we're in the win business, so we trying to build a foundation this year.
Clifford James Wilson, C.J. Wilson, one of my all-time favorite Pirates, now the head football coach at North Pitt. C.J., thanks so much. Best of luck this season. Stay healthy with your team, and we will see you as high school football kicks off a week from Friday.
I appreciate that. Thank you guys for having me on.
All right, C.J. Wilson, head coach at North Pitt. Let's take another commercial break right now. Coming up next, Keith Boyd from Northside High School, then Brian Pascal from Riverside, as we check in with those 2 outstanding coaches. Back with more on this Tuesday edition of The Brian Bailey Show after this.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Bone. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities. University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov. Seared Chop House is Greenville's only true chop house. We're open 7 days a week. Seared combines a remarkable menu with an unrivaled atmosphere. Lunch or dinner at Seared is a quality-driven experience where we highlight a thoughtful approach to locally sourced ingredients and hearty, flavor-rich cuisine. We're firing up the grill at Seared, Greenville's only true chop house, located on Fire Tower Road at Bells Fork. Come see us at Seared 7 days a week.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Amanda Houston, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. Go Pirates!
You're listening to The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, working for our community, not for shareholders. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back on this Tuesday edition of The Brian Bailey Show, talking high school football for the most part. We did have Gentry Coward on earlier. His Pitt County girls will play in their first game in the Little League Softball World Series at Elm Street Park coming up at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Keith Boyd now joins us from Northside. He's got some kind of program at Northside High School, and he's got a big jamboree coming up with 10 teams. Coach Boyd, how are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. You guys ready to go at Northside?
Yes, sir. We're putting the finishing touches on the field and the facilities right now, and looking forward to a good day tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have good weather.
You got 10 teams coming. Who all have you got coming in for that thing?
Well, we got the county schools. We got, of course, ourselves, Southside Washington. I got Croatan High School, Dixon High School, Gates County, Washington County, and a couple others. I can't really. Farmville Central. So we'll have a packed house, I think.
Now, will you guys have a schedule where you'll play? Two teams will play like a quarter, and then two other teams, and that kind of thing.
Actually, we're going to do 10 and 10. With everybody get four 10 and 10s with 4 of the 10 teams. Like we'll have two scrimmages going on one end of the field, starting at the 40. Another one starting at the 40 at the other end, and we'll also have one going on the baseball field. I got it lined off, and we'll have JVs going on the practice field.
Wow, you got a lot going on, don't you?
Yes, sir, man. It's busy time right now.
How do you get referees for all of that? Can you get them?
Yeah, we just call a booking agent up, and they have to do a certain amount of those things anyway for hours before they're actually certified. So they're usually happy to come out and get it done, and we'll be here for 2.5 hours and see what happens.
We were just talking earlier, Will Bland from J.H. Rose and Alan Wooten from Havelock. They're playing in scrimmages down in Wilmington, and they're basically just playing one team down there. I think it's Rose is playing Hoggard and Havelock's playing Laney. That's coming up on Friday night. Do you like playing one team when you go to a scrimmage, or would you rather play what you guys are doing, having different looks? You're going to get 4 different looks basically in your scrimmage.
Yeah, I like the different looks, and you get a chance to get it on film. You get 10 offensive plays, 10 defensive plays. You might be playing somebody with double tights for 10 plays, and then all of a sudden you got to open up and defend the spread. Kind of makes the kids and the coaches as well have to be prepared during the summer, kind of get everything in. And you look at the film, make adjustments to what you see. And but I like the bigger scrimmages, and it's fun to see all the people come out, and everybody's just ready for high school football.
Yeah, I think we're all ready for high school football. Touchdown Friday will debut August the 19th. We've got a new look with a new open that we've put together. We're real proud of that, and some other things we've got planned for high school football. It's one of those things, I guess when I played high school football 40-some years ago, that I just loved the sport. I wasn't that great at. I got a chance to start, a little bit, but it was just something, for whatever reason, it takes a hold of you, and I think football is the greatest of the sports because it's such a team sport, and it teaches you so much about adversity and the ups and downs of life, because you're going to be dealing with that your entire life, right, Coach?
Yes, sir. You nailed it on the head. I couldn't say it any better than what you just did. It teaches you at a young age, as you just said it well, how to deal with adversity and not quit. And you get your teammates to help pick you up if things aren't going real well, and pat you on the back. And they, also if you're not doing what you need to do, peers are sometimes better to get on players and people than their actual coaches. And all
right, we're having technical difficulties there. I think we lost Coach Boyd. 1,001, 1,002. All right, I guess maybe we'll try to track him down. Let's go ahead and try to get Coach Pascal on the phone if we can get him on. As we said, a lot of teams, the way the North Carolina High School League schedule works, Wednesday is a big scrimmage day this week, and Friday is a big scrimmage day. And they're really not, because the games aren't separated but by, 24 hours, 36 hours. I mean, you don't have a lot of time, between the games, but you want to get some work in. So, the idea is going to be to try to get as much work as you can in those 2 scrimmage games. And, of course, a week from Friday, it all starts for real with non-conference games. So we got Coach Pascal now. Brian Pascal from Riverside High School now joins us. We apologize. We lost Coach Boyd from Northside. But Coach Pascal's with us. Coach, those Riverside Knights, and Brian Pascal's been around for a while. He's one of my all-time favorites as well. But welcome to the football season. How are you going to be at Riverside?
I appreciate it, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate the words, and you're one of my favorite too. But I don't know. I think we have a good team. We're so thin. We have 30 roster players, and really not looking to add any more at this point. So, we're going to go with what we got.
All right, you've got a pretty good offensive coordinator over there in Jim Bob Bryant, and I didn't know that was going on. I saw him at a local restaurant. I think it's called Lemire, but it's an outdoor place in uptown Greenville. My wife talked me into going to it, and we're out there playing cornhole and having some adult beverages and just enjoying life. And here comes Jim Bob, and he's like, "Hey, guess where I'm at now?" And I thought, my goodness, but and what a great coach! I mean, you got to be blessed with that, right?
Oh my! Listen, he's a great coach, great leader. What an addition he is to our staff, and we're so thrilled to have him. He brings all the experience, but he also is just a really good guy. He's a really good person, and gets the best out of kids and the most out of them. And go back and look at his track record, you can see that he's really a special coach, and we're thrilled to have him. We certainly had to check our egos at the door when you put together a staff like that. And, this is Pirate Radio. One of the Pirate greats is also with us, Ronald Pugh. Lyman.
Yeah,
and he's been a great addition too. So we've had some a big turnover on staff, and it's been positive.
And you had a really cool event, and we apologize we couldn't get there on short notice like it was, but you had Harold Robinson come in, who led Williamston to a state championship in his run. And, people that don't know, Williamston, is Riverside is the new Williamston, basically. It's still weird to me when you ride into Williamston and you see Riverside High School right there, but you had him come in. There's only been a handful of coaches in the high school's history, right?
I've been 5, and listen, you're preaching to the choir about this Riverside business. I walk in, I look up there, I want to see the Tigers, I want to see the green and gold.
Yeah,
I just don't see it. But times change and things move on, but the community's the same. And you're right. Harold Robinson thing the other day was big, but Harold is going to be inducted into the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame this year, and we're going to have a Harold Robinson night later in the year, and are going to invite all of his former players back, and hoping they'll all show up and pay their respects and to what he accomplished. We also have Ricky Lemire night coming up in a few weeks on September 1st. And if you don't know anything about him, he played for Herman Boone at E.J. Hayes, and was the first African American player at the University of North Carolina. Had a great career there, and so we're going to celebrate both of those guys coming up the next month.
And if people recognize the name Herman Boone, right, from Remember the Titans.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Rick Lemire is a great name. He scored 11 touchdowns in a single game in high school. Just a great player at the University of North Carolina. And so we're excited to have him back and really get into, honoring that tradition too.
All right, Coach, what is Riverside doing as far as scrimmages go? You got the Wednesday and you got Friday.
Well, we have 30 roster players, 31. So we're not looking to go out there back-to-back like some of these teams do, like a Wednesday and a Friday.
Right.
So we're just going to scrimmage on Friday at Tarboro. And we're not scrimmaging Tarboro, but we're scrimmaging at Tarboro in their jamboree. And we're looking forward to seeing what we have. And I'm looking forward to seeing, what this spread thing's going to look like in live time.
Yeah, it's a little different now. You guys have changed offenses with Jim Bob, and you're going to go spread with that thing, right?
Listen, I've just gotten out of the way, but I'm going to tell you something. We were working on wing tee stuff today, defending it, and when that wing tee, when those scout cards popped up, I perked right up and running over there and started running again. So I missed it a little bit, but, football has changed, and if you don't change, you're going to get left behind. And the spread offense and what that is and what the kids love about it and what the community loves about it, I certainly understand because it's wide open, it's fun, and it's exciting.
Yeah, but do you have to have the athletes to run it, and do you have those athletes?
We do.
That's good.
Kids that can run and make plays, and so that was part of the whole, the draw of Jim Bob or of Coach Bryant. When he saw what we had and he saw what he could work with and develop in this thing. So, yeah, we do feel like we have. But like I said, we're those same kids are turning around playing defense and. And so we're going to have to get them in shape, and we have to, hope that we stay healthy.
How do you get the numbers up there to get into the 40s, maybe 45 or so?
Right. It's one of those. What the Harold used to say, addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
To begin with, that's what we had to do. I mean, there were just some. And listen, you want every kid's experience in high school to be a great one. You want every kid's experience in football to be a great one. But unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that. And some of them have to be, pushed to the side to get to, the type of kids that you want in your program. And we've had to do that somewhat at this school, too. Thus, the numbers, a little lower. But, I think success and positivity and what we bring as a coaching staff and what our kids put on the field, I think it'll turn heads, and I think we'll get the numbers up. And we have a great middle school coach, Rondell Floyd, and he's doing a great job there. They were undefeated last year and beat the brakes off of some really good teams. So, we think that's a positive step also, is joining those two programs together.
What about your conference this year in the Four Rivers 1A?
Well, let's see. There's a school down the road, Tarboro.
Yeah.
Usually
they always start number 1, right?
They're not bad, are they?
Oh, they're not.
You know what? You can't, if you go in this thing defeated before you ever get started, before the game's ever played, you've got to do what you've got to do to see about getting up there and be competitive with them. And nobody in our conference has been competitive. Last year, we finished second in the conference, and we lost by 32 to Tarboro. So go figure, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to do better, and we've got to train our kids to that and see if we can't be a little more competitive as the years go by.
But it's so hard with that Tarboro tee that they run. I mean, it's hard to defend.
You know, it is, but they got some players there, too.
Oh, yeah. They've got outstanding players, but it's just you combine that with the offense that they've ran. I think they run it, in the embryo when the ladies are having the babies. They're practicing that baby.
All right. When I was the head coach at Washington High School, we went, Tarboro and played Tarboro, and that was in 1997. And they were running that same tee back then. Different coach, same tee. Similar results, but not quite the same. But Craddock is an awesome coach, done a great job. Strong Christian man. I mean, he's a great guy. But, great guy or not, we've got to work towards being more competitive against them and seeing if we can't, close the gap.
Well, Brian, thanks so much for joining us. Tell Jim Bob we said hello. We were talking about him, and best of luck to Riverside coming up this season. We'll see you on Touchdown Friday.
Appreciate you. Thanks.
All right, Brian Paschal joining us from Riverside High School as we close out this edition of the Brian Bailey Show. I want to thank our guests, and we had a bunch of them today. Best of luck again to the Pitt County ladies. They play at 4 o'clock this afternoon in the Little League Softball World Series. I want to thank Gentry Coward for being on with us. I want to thank Will Bland from J.H. Rose, Alan Wooten from Havelock, C.J. Wilson from North Pitt, Keith Boyd from North Side, and Brian Paschal from Riverside. High school football, big scrimmage days coming up tomorrow, and then on Friday, and then a week from Friday, the season debut of Touchdown Friday, and the high school football season kicks off. It's going to be another great year. We'll see you back here coming up on our regular time, Monday at noon. We've got Mike Oresco, the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference, and Skip Holtz, former East Carolina coach who led the Birmingham Stallions to the USFL Championship this past year. That's our show for this Tuesday, and we'll see you back here on Monday. Goodbye, everybody.
This has been The Brian Bailey Show, powered by Greenville Utilities, and also brought to you by
Angus Grill, Bostic Sugg Furniture, Bojangles, East Coast Grading, Papa John's, Pepsi, The Rick House, Greenville Utilities, Seared Chop House, The Gavigan Agency, Taft and Hagler, Tiebreakers, and Greenville Auto World.
Join us next week for another edition of The Brian Bailey Show, right here